Okay, it's been a little over a week now. I've been away about 9-10 days or something like that. Haven't started the car. Let's see how the Keisport runs, because Mike's complaining that his doesn't run right. Okay. Yeah, alright, okay. There we go. It's not bad. It's cold. It's like 40 degrees, maybe 44 or something like that. I don't know. Let me check my thermostat over here. It is 38 degrees in my garage with 44% humidity. Car seems to be running okay. Idle is pretty good. I'll let it warm up a bit. It's starting to idle down a little bit now. Still pretty smooth. That's actually pretty good. Sounds very good too. Let's take it for a drive, I guess. Ooh, it's cold in here. Okay. I touched the throttle and I literally just touched it like a little bit, and now it's wacky. I'm not touching the throttle anymore. Alright, I'm gonna try turning it off. See, it idles very well on the first startup, but at least for me it does. But then once you touch the throttle a little bit, it gets upset. These are some of my temps right now. Coolant temp, oil temp hasn't moved obviously, but it's a little bit wobbly. I'm gonna touch the throttle just a bit again. Yep. I literally just jabbed it and it throttled up a little bit more, and now it's all over the place. Can hear a bunch of clicking back there too. It runs terrible. So if I manually help it kind of throttle up, it seems to be okay. Yeah, like I can hold the throttle, it'll stay there, and it seems to be fine. Even here. Now I let go, it's hunting again, it's really unstable. Alright, I'm gonna get the car driven and warmed up. Like the car drives fine. Whoa. Car drives fine. Stop stop sign. Oh, that's much better. That's much better. Okay. Water temperatures for reference, 60 Celsius. Oil's starting to pick up a little bit. It's a little bit above 41. So I went out to pick up my takeout and just came back. I literally just drove down the street and came back. So the slow speed that you saw, idle's just fine now. Let me give it some gas. Yeah, there it is. It hunts a little bit. Come on, settle down. Oh. Hey, it's getting better. Maybe not. What I've noticed is it's kind of like a pendulum. See, like now it's okay. So what I did is, if I give it some gas, and it comes down, then it starts to swing like back and forth. So if I put it in gear and kind of just roll, oops, I stalled that. If I put it, let's, yeah, all right, so it's wavy again. I'm gonna roll just a little bit. So it's in gear, it stabilizes the RPMs. I push the clutch in, and that's way better. And then it kind of finds its equilibrium faster. Kind of like how pendulum goes like this, back and forth, and it slowly slows down, and eventually it kind of reaches the middle point. That's what that seems like. See? That works. So I've been driving around a little bit now. The car's pretty warmed up. It's at 82 degrees Celsius. And the same for the oil, 82 or so. And it drives pretty well. It drives fine. The throttle response after a shift, it seems to have a little bit lag, like I said before. It's not horrible. It probably can be adjusted in the settings. I have to get into that. Let's see. Yeah, there's kind of like a delay when if I let off the throttle and then try to punch the throttle again. There's a slight delay that wasn't there before. But as you can see, it drives, it revs. It does it pretty well. Let's see if I can shift here. Yeah, there we go. So the manual control of the blow-off valve is a lot different. It actually sounds more cool because it's more flexible on how you can do stuff like that. You could just be like shh everywhere, wherever you want, just because you're a child like me. And it's also like it could be shorter. It kind of changes how my blow-off valve sounds, because the one I had, like the way it was before, the ABV would control like when it opens, how it opens electronically. So now it's like just manual through like the throttle body pressure, the intake pressure. See? But as you can see, car drives very well. There's nothing wrong with how the Keisport works, I guess, other than the idle. I've been speaking with my buddy Mike. He's out in New York and he's having all kinds of issues with his starting. His car starts with the stock ECU just fine. It drives fine. But with the Keisport, like the first start is good and then it just gets progressively worse till it doesn't start at all. So I'm not sure what's going on there. He said he sent it back and they checked the board, it was okay, but he's kind of stuck and we're not exactly sure what to check yet. I'll show you how this thing idles now that I've been driving for a little bit. And I think it's driving just fine. The idle issues I do have really just kind of start, it stems from like a cold start and kind of like, if even from a warm start actually, like if the car was off and I turned it on, it was just like really lumpy and I kind of had to help it by holding the throttle myself and bringing the idle up to like 1500, 2000 or so. Let's give it a try when I go down the road here. Slow it down. Going into second. So I'm gonna come to a stop here. Look, it's beautiful. Take off. I'm in third gear right now. There's a stop sign ahead. I'm gonna come to a stop again. I'll stay in third and just come to a stop and press the clutch in. I'm pressing in the clutch now. Stopped. Beautiful. Take off. Now that I'm out of the way, I just pull over here, clutches in. Still beautiful. Flip the throttle a little bit. Look at that. It's perfect. Again. I mean, it has that little bit of hesitation there when it kind of drops back down, but earlier when I did this, it would just go blah, 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 blah. But maybe it just needs to warm up. I don't know. The rough kind of idle hunting is kind of to be expected because it's like a closed loop system. It doesn't manage the idle speed control in the same way that the stock ECU does. I don't even hear it clicking. The stock ECU would make it go da 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 da. So I think it doesn't even use it. I'm not exactly sure how that stuff works. So right now, I mean, it's idling beautifully. I mean, the car is warmed up. It's, even though it's cold outside, this is fine. When the car is colder and it requires like more idle adjustment, like with the fuel and the air mixtures, whatever, all that stuff, the Keisport thing doesn't control it. So it kind of just, I just flipped the throttle again. It's perfect. It's not as smooth as stock, but it's pretty good for what this is. I mean, this definitely needs some work. It works, and you just have to kind of tolerate some of the quirks. Hopefully Jeff at Keisport comes out with something to deal with the idle speed controller here. Maybe he can figure something out and I don't know, put that product out there. I would definitely get it, just because I don't want to have the cold idle stumble about. Let's do another blip. And there you go. Cutting in here, I just found out, or I was told that the Keisport does not need the cappuccino harness adapter that I had made. It's definitely needed for like an N1 or N2 if you take one from a cappuccino, but not the Keisport because it doesn't use those things that are on those pins that we swap. So it's irrelevant. Let's take it out and test that. Here it is. This is out. Let's see if it works. I'm gonna open the door so I don't die. Ooh, I don't like that. There we go. I guess that's true. You don't need this for Keisport ECU. Saves me some space. Saves me a few ounces of weight in the car. An N1 is still, or even an N2, right? It's still more plug and play than this because then you don't have to deal with this kind of thing because it was like, it functionally worked with this vehicle. That's just how it was. I'm turning this off. I've had enough. I'm still going to run this Keisport for a while because I can kind of deal with that and that's okay. It is a little annoying when, let's see. So like, that's okay. But so as I was saying, an N1 and an N2 is more plug and play than this because you don't have any of these like idle bugs and whatnot. Like right now it's fine. So it just runs with the car. Yes, they're not as plug and play as you literally plug it in and go, but like you're gonna have to have other mods like a boost controller. You're gonna have to switch to spark plugs as you need. With the N2, you also have to do fuel injectors. But if you were gonna do that type of stuff, you would have had to do this with the Keisport too. So the advantage the Keisport has is it's a more modern like piece of technology. There's current support on it, and Jeff is constantly working on it, so I would assume. Eventually there's probably some sort of a fix for this, and like It's like, it's there. It's just, it's a mechanical or electronic thing back there that needs to be changed. I still have to say that the N1, N2 is the more refined unit that you can use. They're just old. The risk is here. The risk is that you're buying some like 25, 30-year-old computer chip and it's questionable. Problem is when you try to buy them, there's no photos of the board inside, and they're literally just showing you this, and you're kind of like gambling that nobody swapped the board out. I've seen ones show up in little tins like this in the original housing, but it's iffy. Plus there's all the other tuning companies that made N1s and N2s out there, and you don't really know, because unless you're familiar with the exact board and whatnot, like you can't tell from a photo of the outside tin. They're also expensive. Aside from the risk of it not being what it's supposed to be, they're expensive because, you know, they're rare. You don't see one for sale often. I think the last few I saw were like almost $1,000. I've definitely overpaid for one before. It was $1,300, but it was like a slightly newer Monster Sport one. I think Monster Sport still makes F100 kits and for the cappuccinos, so theoretically you can use one of those. But I mean, they don't come around often, and like I said, they're rare, so they cost more. So the Keisport, being $850, is secure, where you're going to be able to drive it and use like your upgraded turbos and your higher boost or whatnot. But you just have to deal with that idle issue. I'm sure Jeff will find something for it. So if you can wait, you can wait. If you can tolerate it, you could buy it now and just use it as is and just kind of like understand the quirk of the whole idle issue. I guess this is a good time to throw in some updates on some of the product stuff I have. Good news, bad news type deal here. I told you before that we were unable to get a quote from the place I had all my stuff given to do the door weather seal, the actual weather seal that's all crushed here. They were able to give me a quote for this one, the rear window trim, but that's all they were able to give me. For some reason, they couldn't give me one for this door trim and the glass piece right here and the front windshield one. I don't know why. So I'm not going to actually go with them, I guess. It was nice that they were local to me, but that's a problem because I kind of want all the stuff done at the same place at the same time, and we can all figure all this stuff out. So I have to go back, collect all the stuff from them, and send it out to the other place that originally I was going to work with in New Jersey. I was just looking for convenience, and now I wasted a whole bunch of time. But that's okay. It's not something I really have free funds to kind of fund right this moment anyway, so more time is okay. I hope it's okay for you guys, because I know you guys really want these. I want some too, and yeah, they'll show up. Don't worry. This is something I will likely do. So I've been secretly working on getting some stickers made, and new decals, informational stuff remade, because people want to restore their cars. They don't have the stickers anymore. They were damaged for whatever reason. I don't know. You peel them off to repaint. It is what it is. I got this one, tire pressure, tire size, whatnot. I have that one made. I have this one right here, the one that goes on the door. This one got remade. I have, what else do I have? I got this one remade. I got this one remade. I got that one remade. And I have one, I believe it goes here. I got that one remade too. This EPI thing, this is actually like a metal plate, but some people have this scuffed up or it's just completely missing. I have a decal that is exactly like this. It's a replica of that. You could put that on your intake manifold and it should survive. If not, let me know and we'll figure something out. We can probably improve the thing. I mean, the most important thing is I have the drawing for that, so it can just produce them with a different material. Maybe we got to put it on a plate. I don't know. This usually gets all scuffed up too, and people have this all faded or whatnot. I have this decal remade. You could just paste it right over this. Cool, huh? Cool? Yeah? So I'll let you guys know when those come out. It will probably be like somewhere in the middle of December when I have them available. They all just got drawn up, so they're going to get printed and whatnot. They will be available in the shop, anythingwheel.com/shop, and you can find them along with all the other goodies that I have. Also, I have one Originality downpipe on hand, right here, on hand. It's the Catalyst version, so Yeah, if you need a catalytic converter downpipe for some reason, I have one right now. If you want the straight version, you'll have to wait because the straight half has to be made. I'm looking to get this out of here because I don't like holding on to product, especially when it's expensive. That's why everything's usually made to order, because that way I don't have money just tied up in something like that when I can use it to pay for development of other stuff. Also, there are still 5 wave track differentials remaining. They're somewhere here. There's 2 in the box there, and then there's 1 right there. So please buy those things. Make your AZ-1, Cara, or well, those ones, Alto Works and Servo and Wagon R, and make them have a limited slip differential. You can go do some shenanigans with both wheels spinning at the same time, right? All right, we're definitely on to something here, so there'll be more Keisport updates, see how this goes. I also have my anti-roll bars coming in, so I'm getting the sample set. I'm gonna set it all up on my car. I'll find some way of measuring whether or not there's more body roll or something. I'll figure something out. And there'll be more updates on my truck here. I'm trying to do the wiring stuff. And yeah, there's so much stuff to do. Also, and you guys that are K-car enthusiasts, like, especially these truck people, it seems like the trucks are having the most issues. But with legislative stuff in your home state, it seems like everything's okay here in Massachusetts, but there's like Maine, Vermont, I think, is doing stuff where they're not registering K-cars. New York has some struggle with it, and Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Georgia, and Texas, Oregon, I don't know, who knows, everywhere. So be active, find out how you can help. You can contact your state reps and whatnot, and you know, all that typical stuff that probably won't do anything, but at least if you get enough people kind of clamoring about it, maybe they won't do it and they'll leave the K-cars alone. So yeah, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you next time.